break from doing my commission, which is actually almost finished, but yeah, I get really, my morale gets really low. It's boring. Alhamdulillah, it's a quite mundane day today, which I'm grateful. But just for taking a break, I saw a clip of my of my Oshi of doing basically she realized that she might be autistic, so which honestly relatable. So it kind of clicked on me. You know what, now that you bring it up, I also want to take some personality test on the internet. So it has been a while, and the last time I took it, I remember it was like a year ago, and I got really high score for autism also, and both ADHD and autism actually. The autism result will like 80%. I got really high score on autism, and the ADHD part was like 40 to 60%, if I remember correctly. So yeah, I remember like getting quite a high score on both on both the neurodivergent spectrum. So I honestly not surprised, like surprised but not surprised. So here we go again after a year. Let's see. So has it changed since then? Oh, also before, like I know like people has been criticizing folks for like self-diagnosing, but coming from a third world country citizen, which our healthcare has not been the best for like since forever, since the country has been standing. Sorry, where was I? Oh yeah. I was like, I remember going to the psychologist. So okay, I remember like going to this psychologist like around 2 or 3 years ago, and I spent like 250k, not 250k dollars, like that would be insane. 250k rupiah, and that is around, berapa sih, 250.000 bagi 15.000 lah ya, around $16, which you might think like, oh, that isn't a lot, must be. But no, we're talking about like Indonesia, you know this is $1. $1 in here is like 16, $1 US dollar in here is like 16,000 rupiah. So that's, yeah, it's the economy isn't the best, let's just say that. So okay, and so I spent like this much money, right, $16 on my psychologist appointment, and I was asking to get checked because I was talking to my psychologist and be like, I probably have some ADHD, undiagnosed ADHD, and you might want to get me checked, because I told her about my childhood growing up, and this and that. And then she be like, oh, I don't think you have ADHD, my dear. Oh my god. Well, you know, it was she. So I don't think you have ADHD actually, and I think you have a anxiety disorder. That was the conclusion that she gave me. But the one thing that I really think to be unfortunate is like she never bothered to offer me any assessment test. Like I was so ready to pay, like maybe maybe I come prepared, like maybe I have to pay extra for like a million rupiah, not dollars, $1 million or so to pay for the assessment test. And she never even gave me the chance to do any at that moment, because she already came to the conclusion like, oh alright, you're just having an anxiety disorder gitu. So that was the first time I asked to be checked. And then the second time I was asking a psychiatrist, and it was partly my bad, because ideally you would first go to the psychologist first, and then they assign you to a psychiatrist. But at that moment it was kind of like one of the lowest point of my life, and you know, I was having problems back then with I can't get into much details, but I just say like mentally wise, I wasn't being the most stable person on earth at that time. And it was last year. So, and when I went to psychiatrist, having so many anxiety and panic attacks and all, you know, the psychiatrist like quickly diagnosed my stimming. At the time I was stimming a lot. I was having attacks, you know, panic attacks. And then the psychiatrist concluded that you know, you might be getting into like, you know, schizoaffective disorder, leaning into schizoaffective disorder. And yeah, so Tia Liar just from one reading, the woman just concluded that, oh yeah, you this girl might be the same way. And just like that, she prescribed me some medicine, some antipsychosis medicine, because I was getting many psychosis attack at that moment. For many reasons I don't think I'm allowed to, you know, to blurt out in here, and it is not the best time yet. So I was prescribed the sleeping pills and the antipsychosis. So the sleeping pill, because I wasn't being able to sleep for like 3 days straight. Last year there was a time when I wasn't being able to sleep for like 3 days until like a week, and it was really, really bad. And the other one that I was taking, you know, the other medicine solidified my, how do I say it, solidified my conclusion, at least in my brain, that I was actually in an ADHD spectrum, because that one medicine that is actually an antipsychosis gave me more psychosis attack. You know, like it make me the very medicine that supposedly make you less insane was making me more insane, you know. So when I was looking it up, apparently this one medicine, I forgot the name of it, doesn't work on ADHD people, and it makes ADHD people more anxious apparently, and it makes you, you know, it makes you delusional, give you more delusional effect. So but it works on neurotypical people. to be noted. That's the most important part, right? I should note this when I go to psychologists someday, because they really should look it up, because like doctor or like psychologist or like therapist, if I'm neurotypical, like why the fuck like this medicine doesn't work, because it should be a strong argument against them, and say, oh, to at the very least let me take the assessment, because and I spent like 500k. Wait, I spent like almost $1 million at that. I think almost $1 million. No, less than $1 million. 500k. Out of 500k. That with medicine and all, I think that 500k rupiah, by the way, not US dollar. That would be terrifying. But yeah, that's a lot of money in Indonesia. So having spent for like 750k for basically, not only it does not improve my condition and it make my condition worse. Since then I haven't been going to any psychologist, because like you get tired of it. You get tired of that. There is like, you have to save up some morale, some like motivations to go to another one after all of those experiences. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you know what? Fuck it. I'm self-diagnosing since then, because like one thing that I do not like it when psychologists are doing is like they this is a pattern of like I see in both of them, right? But like, but to be fair, I only went to like psychologists twice, and psychologist and psychiatrist twice, but I found a pattern that like they tend to override what you are telling, most of it, under the judgment that like, oh yeah, like girls or boys nowadays like love to claim they have ADHD even though they don't, because it's a trend, like the social media has made you think that you have ADHD even though you don't, because it seems cool. Like, no, like genuinely I came here to get help. I'm struggling in life, ma'am. Yeah, like respectfully, like I don't came here to get like how do you say it, like I came here because I want my life to get easier by getting diagnosed. Like there is a certain relief if you get a certificate to claim, oh yeah, like all the struggles that you've been doing from your entire life is actually because of this, and you're actually, there is nothing wrong with you, it's just that you're wired different. Like that's the only thing that I've been craving. Validation, I will not validation, like, but like confirmation. It's not even validation that I'm demanding from the universe, it's confirmation. Like, ma'am, please, just let me take the assessment. Okay, okay, to conclude, for now, I am self-diagnosing because as ADHD. I think, and this is self-diagnosing, right? I have both autism and ADHD. But for now, if you ask me to go like medically, like to have like official medical assessment on it, I will, just not in the near future. Just for now, I will take this online assessment because they say at least this one test apparently it has been like, officially approved by professionals to be salah satu tes yang cukup memiliki standar yang baik. standar yang baik, dan it has been approved basically by the professionals, you know what I say. Okay, so here we go. Let's take the test. Which gender you identify with? Female. Please select your age. Oh shit, did I just spill? Okay, let's moving on. This statement better describes your approach to life. I don't take life too seriously. Life isn't a walk in the park. Is it typical for you to experience shift in when people often offer criticism about your work? I'm offended by the audacity. Just then reason, move on. Reflect and assess if it's conflictive before reacting. Yeah, that's the thing, right? That's the thing. If it's really like something that I've been doing wrong, then okay, you know what? Fine. I remember it. I do my best to fix it next time, you know. But if it's like, not gonna lie, sometimes I feel like some criticism coming from not the best intention, you know, like I remember this one time having received a quote unquote, like this is a quote unquote constructive criticism from a stranger on the Facebook, and he basically said he was criticizing one of my Genshin Impact commissioned artwork, and it was Yula with the other guy who said, like the 10 blue haired guy. I forgot his name. I don't play Genshin Impact, don't judge me. So basically he said that, why are you drawing Yula's feet to be too far wide, you know, like please draw it more appropriately. Like, first of all, as a woman, as a girl myself, I took offense in it. Like, how dare you, know, guys? Oh my god, like, why are you not setting appropriately? Like, I took it personally. Second of all, like the client wasn't even complaining about it. Like, why are you like, you know what I'm saying? Like I do think about it first. Like, every time I get criticism, like, are you doing it at me, or are you doing it for the work, for the sake of the work itself, objectively speaking, you know what I'm saying? Like, because there is a pattern. Like, for example, like, if you are criticizing me for like doing this is another example. Like, I was getting at work, which I was already resigned recently. So at my workplace, at my former workplace, I was getting criticized for like a certain stuff, like Sobi, like, why aren't you doing this or that more properly? Like, please doing it better, you know, like, please improve more on this and that. And you know what, at first I get, oh yeah, you know what, yeah, fine, I'll do my best next time, you know. But you know, and as the time went on, like, the criticism became more like, why is it when I saw other people like doing the same mistake, like, they get no consequences out of it, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, like, I was working, for context, like, I was working at a pet clinic, and one of the vet, like, was criticizing me at, like, you know, before you buy something stock from the office, like, please don't waste like our financial, you know, the clinic's financial issues, you know, like, by not paying attention to the stock, like, because I was buying some like office stocks, like sellotape and some plastic bags and all, and you know, like, and you know what, I get it, okay, but like at the same time, I was seeing at that office were like, why don't you just make it as a stock, you know, like, without taking it too much as a big deal? Because she mentioned it once, she mentioned it twice, you know, like, that's where I kind of be like, is this a jab at me? Like, is it even necessary to go that far, because like one time is okay for like, first question, but twice, like, and and worst of all, it was at a group chat. It was at a clinic group chat, so everyone can see it. Like, how dare you, Masvia? You bought an extra selotip, an extra plastic bags. Even though we still have plenty, we still have one pack of plastic bag. How dare you, Sobi? How dare you? And so, like, damn, is it even necessary to go that far, like, for a plastic bag? Like, and it was like 24. It was like a fucking less than $2, And so I apologized at that time, but I also DM'd the fact, like, I respect you and all, man, but you really do not have to go that far on me, like on the group chat and all, because that's quite the humiliation. And so she didn't apologize, mind you. She never apologized to me until I resigned for anything, really. But she only said like, yeah, but the vet said like something along the line of, I only demand that you focus more at work, And then how do I say it? Like, it's always like something that minor that I feel like I have to constantly apologize for. But when other people are making the same mistake, they walk away fine with no consequences whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? That's where I get very iffy. Like, is this all criticism, like, for the matters that you want to improve, or is it just a jab at me? Like, are you making me your emotional warisamsak? Punching bag, thank you. Like, or are you making me your emotional punching bag at work? Cause if it's the second reason, like, I can sense it if it happens often enough and I do not appreciate it. So yeah, and that's why I talk back at them. Like, I try to talk to you, I don't appreciate when you guys are talking to me like that and this, because like, more often than not, they're not really the best communicator either to me, because if I'm your subordinate and you are working as a person as, like, quote unquote above me, you have to direct me, right? And if you are bad at giving direction, then why are you mad when I'm not doing the work just as you ask, There you go, my model is glitching again. And so yeah, that okay, let's go on. Discuss with others to gain different. Yeah, I did, and I did ask a lot of my friends before coming to the conclusion that am I the asshole? I asked them a lot. I asked about grow something. I can remember them for a few, but have you find harmony with yourself when you receive self-confidence once? Moderately, but not because I have anything against my friend, but because life is busy. And like, I guess, would you call it harmony? I wiser about it. Amen. It's like, you know, I'm tired and getting angry tires me. So like, let's talk it out, but in a more calm manner. So I guess. Do you often crave excitement in your life? Yes, I really missed it. When the going gets tough, do you gather your friends for support? I tend to overthink a lot before I ask for my friends' support, but yeah, I do ask. Just not that. I think I should ask more, to be honest. How is your inner fire? Ready, spark. At social gatherings, would you say I'm the life of the party? No, I'm not. I don't like social gatherings. When faced with a challenge, you like it overwhelmed. What looks more like your typical days in the past month? Do you find effort is to have fun? It depends. Do you agree with this statement? Other people consider me like I'm weirdly enough, some people said I'm a little bit intimidating. So would you call that lively? Oh, by the way, if you are wondering why my hand moving weirdly, that's because I was holding a mic. No. Oh no. No. Ah. Somewhat agree, yes. Not settle for one size fits all approach. Friends often describe you as confident and assertive, passionate, supportive, lively, and spontaneous, insightful, and contemplative. Thank you, universe. How often did you engage in your hobbies in the past month? Notice, I cannot call influence or sudden bursts. Strongly agree. sister was like, oh yeah, this is my older sister was like the more sociable sibling between us. So I figured if you want to be more acceptable by the society, my older sister was the good example of it. So I kind of subconsciously mimicking her voice. I strongly disagree. Like, I have a resting bitch face and I'm embracing it. I don't even need to put on an act to get through the social situation. Somewhat disagree, but somewhat agree. But it's not really something that I'm good at doing. I have to develop a script to follow in social setting. Yeah, I agree. I will repeat phrases that I've heard others say in the exact same way that I've heard something. I agree. I adjust my body language. Always, yeah. I adjust my body language or facial features so that I appear interested by the person I'm interacting with. Yeah. Especially about the looking at the eye part, because like I struggle a lot staring at people's eye. So if I'm interacting around friends who are actually close to me, I actually really beat them by the eyes, because I feel like by not staring at them, I just can be myself more freely. With exception being like having an emotional outburst, I guess, but even then, in social situation, I feel like I'm performing rather than being myself. That is tricky one. The amount of social interaction I do with Japanese and to learn like how they talk with their tones and such by watching them from from streaming. So does that count? So I guess if that count, then yes, I agree. Disagree, because I'm already at the point where like I don't give a damn anymore. I strongly agree. Somewhat agree. I do have a conscious feeling about it, but you know, I'm already at the age when even if I get conscious of it, I tend to, you know what, I don't care, you can judge me all you want, because yeah. Compensation subtotal, masking subtotal, assimilation subtotal, is that a total score of 100? Really huge difference. Where are the SI? Then for doctor escape diagnosis due to subclinical level presentation. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's the joke. This is so annoying. Wait. What do you mean compensation? Asimilasinya. No, because people usually don't want to talk to me. Younger me would say yes, definitely agree, but I'm not agree. You know what? No. Slightly agree, but it's hard to wake up. Sometimes, yeah. Remember I'm late meeting a friend. As long as it's not like 1 hour late. But even then, I still need friends. Yeah, but it depends, to be honest. It depends, because if I feel like the law doesn't make sense, I tend to, at the very least question it first, like, because sometimes people be power tripping, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Definitely agree. No. They definitely agree. It is hard for me to see why some things upset people so much. They definitely agree. Especially if it doesn't make sense, to be honest. Hmm. No, I think first, what is the most important thing a parent can teach their children? I would say, I don't know. I don't want to be a parent myself, if I being honest. But if I must say, maybe empathy. Definitely agree. Definitely disagree. I usually when I do spot it, like I tend to, push them around, like instead of just leave them, instead of let them be, which so far has been leaving me in a quiet plenty of problems. Even though I wasn't being intentionally mean, and I was just, trying my best to fix the situation, but yeah, I don't read social cues very well, and I'm already like past the point of not giving a damn. So yeah, definitely agree. Because if I'm like criticizing something, like usually it really comes to, what I deem is morally wrong or not, first of all. Second of all, it's less from because of the person, but what is their action. So, you know I don't usually feel guilty a little bit often when I'm giving a little bit of my opinions. If anyone asks me if I like that haircut, I would reply truthfully even if I didn't like it. Yeah. I can always see also should I felt offended by a remark. It depends, but like of course if you are like, let's say, you are body shaming someone, like you shouldn't do that, you know what I say. But slightly disagree, like because like you know like I grew a little bit wiser, I think. Because like younger me would probably say definitely agree, but right now, yeah, like I wasn't up, I guess, because you can just tell someone that has nothing to do with like their personality. You know I tend to be more accepting, I guess, these days at least. Definitely agree. Angel means and no. Why would you being upset though? Like, isn't the person need help? Like, why would you be upset over that? And having discussion about politics, they definitely agree. I'm very blunt, but some people take to be rudeness, even though this is unintentional. Definitely agree. I don't find social situation. I definitely disagree. Other people tell me I'm good at understanding how they are feeling and what they are thinking. Yeah, I remember like one of my friends told me this. Yeah, when I talk to people, I tend to talk about their experiences rather than my own. Definitely disagree. It upsets me to see an animal. Definitely agree. I'm able to make decisions without being influenced by. Okay, maybe. Okay, this is what it gets tricky, right? Because like when I see an animal needing help, I don't get upset. I mean, I do get upset if like you know I saw them being hurt by someone. I do get upset at the person doing it. But like if I see the animal itself needing help, I usually look for a more logical approach or how to help it and actually you know go to the animal to help them rather than uh focusing on my how I was feeling at that time of the moment. Like, and this is without the intention of bragging, but like I I was picking up like almost all of my cats minus one. Minus one. One is given by my neighbor. All of my cats in this household was me intentionally picking them up from the streets, and like some of them like you know wasn't being in the best health when I was bringing them up from the street. So like, was I upset looking at them? Yeah, uh but it gets me more overwhelmed when I know there was nothing more I could do to help them rather than seeing them in pain in the first place, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it 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 gets me more upset if I cannot control the situation of that animal to make them or to move them out of to move them out of the sad situation that make them feel in pain rather than being upset over the animal being in pain. That's that's the thing. So slightly disagree. I'm able to make decision without being influenced by people's feeling. But yeah, it is. But like, let's say like I saw a National Geographic, uh, that one famous Animal Planet clip, like about the. I remember it was about like an elephant a sea elephant, and like they are basically jumping down a cliff because and they're dying, and they're jumping to their death because like there was no ice below that cliff, so because of the global warming it was so hard to watch. I cried for like 3 days. So it is upsets me, but not you know the the fact that I cannot do anything to help them upsets me more. Like yeah, yeah. But you know what, slightly agree, or definitely agree, I guess. I have to make decision what to be influenced by people's feelings. I cannot say I've done everything I planned. Mm, I can easily tell if someone is interested or bored with what I'm saying. Yeah. I mean, unless like they're like blatantly showing it, it's something that I unfortunately learned the pattern from childhood. But yeah, side agree. I get upset if I see people suffering on news. Definitely agree, man. define set. Mm, mm, in sense, if I'm intruding, even if the other person. Bentar. I can say if I'm. Bentar. No, I disagree. Sorry, but quickly we go word with them and move on to something else. Definitely agree. I don't do. I am not the type that often tease people, to be honest. So I don't get it. Definitely agree. I've been the last time I went into a big roller coaster, like I puked. So and it was a mild one. So yeah. Definitely disagree. I like to be very organized in a day. Daily life and often make list of the course I have to do. 22. Wait, but the quotient. Especially if masculine. Yeah, I know, right? Difficulty identifying and describing emotions. So to conclude, so far I understand nothing. The threshold score is 13. 30, I mean. Sorry. Scores military suggests low cognitive empathy with cognitive challenges and understanding how neurotypical person feel. Yeah, see? Like, that's what I'm saying, man. It gets me so frustrated. Like, the cat queue. Wait. Okay. You use the camouflaging strategies. Okay, so I guess I'm the type who doesn't mess a lot. The more of the artistic profit. So if I score lower, so I don't camouflage. Is that how it works? Oh yeah, I don't camouflage. I see. Oh, okay, I get it now. So I don't mess too much is the conclusion that I get in this test. I see. Okay, I see. Yeah, well, it's almost Maghrib in my time, so I'm gonna stop streaming for a while. Okay, bye bye.